Hey, what's up everyone, Sean here, and welcome to another detailing video where we're going to continue the favorite product series for 2025. So basically, for those who haven't really watched the other one, I just pick a number of products to really mention and then pick a favorite. And I just don't want to package it as like, oh, this is the top 5 or whatever. It's just kind of like what's my favorite, and based off of my experience, of course. Everyone's got their own different experiences, and so I want to see different products in the comment section below of what's your favorite. But if not, then it is what it is. It kind of tells a story about a certain product. But anyways, yeah. So today we're going to be covering hopefully the wheel cleaner. So and other certain other categories of products. But yeah, wheel cleaner. So I know like wheel cleaners are a little weird because they're kind of like a dedicated thing, and there's already another product that can cover it, like 95% of that, which is an all-purpose cleaner. But sometimes there may be a situation to call for a dedicated wheel tire cleaner, such as these products right here that you see. One of them is a little different, but I thought I'd make it a mention in here just because I've been really liking it. So I just thought I'd make some sort of exception in here. So anyways, let me go ahead and mention just a couple of products right here, because I really keep it a little tight when it comes to the tire wheel cleaner type of things. Otherwise, it's really like, using all-purpose cleaner for the most part. But when it comes to like the big guns, then maybe a dedicated wheel tire cleaner will help out with that. But mostly a all-purpose cleaner will work fine, like Green Star, for example. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about freaking wheel tire cleaners, and the one I gotta really mention here, I don't have the original bottle. It's a gallon, so but it is the Nano non-acid wheel tire cleaner, the blue stuff, right? It's the nice blue stuff that you can get on Amazon. It's so accessible, and it actually kind of works very similarly with another popular wheel tire cleaner here in the States, which is actually in the video, but I'll definitely mention it by the end. But anyway, very similar to that formula. It's just blue. That's really all it is. And then when you actually like kind of work with it, it kind of starts to feel a little similar. So the formulation actually might be very, very similar, if not the same. I don't know, but anyways, it really works well as a wheel tire cleaner. It's, there's not much to say other than it just really performs well to cut down on the brake dust, or whatever grease or whatever's on the tire as well. It's very, very cool to work with. You can kind of work with different dilutions, including 5-to-1, maybe 3-to-1. If it really calls for 8-to-1, sometimes I do. And then maybe if you want more of like a maintenance thing, maybe 10-to-1, but by then you should just use a shampoo. But for the most part, I use it like 8-to-1 or 5-to-1. That's where I kind of dilute it to for most wheel tire washes. It's just really, really cool to work with, especially whenever you use like a foaming sprayer. Very, very nice foaming cleaning ability there. So as a tire wheel cleaner, very, very effective, very cool, awesome to work with. Now allow me to go to the other side, because this is Dark Fury, of course, such a popular formula, or excuse me, wheel tire product amongst even, of course, the mobile detailers, the business side of things. Very popular because of its cost, the accessibility, of course. You can get this from O'Reilly's, or order it through, or make a pickup order to O'Reilly's and then get it through there. But that's only in the States, unfortunately. So, a little hard to share that to the rest of the world, of course. I guess the same can be said for Nano. But anyway, so Dark Fury here in the States, though, very, very nice. It does stand on its own in a way, because not only of its dark formulation, but the other uses you can do with Dark Fury. You can kind of use it like an all-purpose cleaner on the exterior side of things. So you can actually use this as a bug guts cleaner on the front side, and of course the rest of the vehicle. I mean, if it's really that bad, especially for like RVs and stuff like that, I think you can actually use this as sort of that pre-wash phase, as long as you dilute it right, if you're careful with it. if you only have this on hand on the site or work site, and it's just, it really calls for it, you're missing an actual dedicated pre-wash. So it actually is very, very versatile if you're very careful with it. As long as you dilute it in general, like even 1-to-1, I think you're pretty safe. But 1-to-1 is something like for like your wheels and tires or whatever, if they're really that bad. But otherwise, I would probably use this for like 10-to-1 when it comes to the exterior side of things, if it really calls for it. If it's like kind of dusty or a little dirty, then you don't really need to use Dark Fury. I wouldn't say necessarily. Maybe unless you dilute it even further, which you can do, but by then it's like, rather use something else. But either way, this is a really nice one when it comes to just wheel and tires. Really does that job very, very effectively. You can also probably use this in the engine bay as well if you want to, but don't take my word for it. But the point is that it's actually pretty versatile in comparison to other dedicated sort of wheel and tire cleaners out there. Yeah, so if you want to really get by with Dark Fury, you can. You just gotta put a little thought into it. So don't go willy-nilly with it. It's very, very strong, effective stuff. Again, very popular amongst people in the business and also just people in general because of its pricing and stuff like that. But I mean, gotta give it to Nano though. From time to time, this is actually cheaper by the gallon versus Dark Fury. So, just saying. One wheel cleaner I wanted to make an exception to mention in here, and I've been really liking to work with, is House of Rags or Detail Co's Ragnarok. This is their sort of dedicated wheel cleaner, which is why it's an exception. It's not a tire cleaner, but a wheel cleaner. It's an acid base at that too. While these are, of course, more alkaline, these two, right? The only acidic one to work with here for right now in my toolkit, but whenever I do work with it, it's pretty cool because you can actually use this not only as a wheel cleaner, but also as a sort of a water spot remover if it's not too bad at it. It's not like this dedicated water spot remover, so I don't know how effective that is. But if you want to also demineralize your surface, especially when it's ceramic coated, you can use this in that sort of tough pinch. If you want to try to restore the hydrophobicity on that vehicle, then you can attempt to do that at 10-to-1. You can dilute it back and forth with it on both paint and glass. And as an acid cleaner, it is a little more on the easy side when it comes to the nose. But as an acid cleaner, you still want to be careful with the nose because it still can sting you. I know they try to market it as it's safe as a acid wash, but don't breathe in this stuff. Obviously, it still tickles the nose from time to time. So it's an acid wash. It's an acid cleaner. So what can you do about that? Well, most importantly though, it really does a very, very nice job as a wheel cleaner when it comes to the acidic side of things. When it calls for it, this is something you can definitely count on. It does have a nice cleaning ability, so there is that as well. So it's kind of a little more unique amongst other acidic wheel cleaners that I've tried from time to time. So that's why I kind of been eyeballing Ragnarok as that acid wheel cleaner. But I did get another acid wheel cleaner, but I haven't tried it yet, which is funny enough from Nano or Nanoskin. So. But for right now, Detail Co, I gotta make a mention of it, so as a acid wheel cleaner. Anyways, without further ado though, if I have to pick a favorite when it comes to tire wheel cleaners, I really gotta give it to Nanoskin. It's just nearly as effective, if not a little more accessible and stuff like that, because it is on Amazon, and from time to time, like I said, it gets cheap by the gallon. So it's really easy, especially if when it's on Amazon Prime, that 2-day shipping or even 1-day shipping, depending. It's really nice in comparison to having to go and pick this up from the store. That's the one thing about Dark Fury, is that it's just a little more expensive. Yes, it works, but When you have that little bit more of accessibility with something like Nano, I'm going to give it to them, especially when it performs very similarly. And I mean, when it comes to the versatility, yeah, maybe you can give it to Dark Fury, but you know, I use it as a wheel tire cleaner the most of the time. I don't really deal with bugs. I've dealt with bugs maybe like once or twice whenever I go to Vegas, but that's a very once in a blue moon type of thing. So this is the one I go to most of the wheel tire cleaners that I have in my arsenal. So Nanoskin definitely wins it here when it comes to the wheel tire cleaners. So another cool product when it comes to car detailing to kind of play around with is the spray and rinse sealants, which is basically, you know, like you spray, rinse it off, and then beads up instantly. So it's like nice instant protection to cover the entirety of the vehicle very fast, including the little intricate spaces and stuff like that, all the little divots and all that in between, literally. That's why spray and rinse sealants is something I really chase for when it comes to especially the good ones, and that's why I kind of try to, you know, really kind of eyeball it and on that side, because they're really fun to use. They're actually not really nice, especially when they're on the wheels, because wheels are definitely intricate little things, and I don't want to deal with that. But putting protection on them is really nice. So that's why spray and rinse sealants really do come in handy. I know they're not the most economical products, but when it comes to time and stuff like that, it really helps with that side of things. So I thought I'd make a nice mention of these products, including an honorable mention or making a little exception here later on. But let me go this way, and I'm going to start with, of course, one of my staple favorites is Quick Beads from DIY Detail. Again, DIY Detail really has nice lineup of products, including their spray sealant or spray and rinse sealant. Quick Beads is the only graphene one amongst these ones. It's got little bits of graphene. I don't know if that really does anything. I mean, it probably has like a very small advantage to it, but other than that, very effective spray and rinse sealant. It brings up the beading really nicely. It's a nice way to top off the vehicle when it comes to coatings, but it's also a nice way to just amongst spray, rinse, sealants, you know, provide that quick protection. Got a nice apple sort of, or no, excuse me, it's got a nice grape scent to go along with that. So the experience is really nice to use. The workability is really nice. You only need a couple of sprays, and it really brings out the beading, or really helps enhance the beading of whatever protection you have on your vehicle. So nice little topper. You can actually also use this as a drying aid, and it's really nice too. It really brings out the slickness as well as the hydrophobicity of the vehicle as well. Another staple, sort of common favorite amongst spray and rinse sealants, of course, is Geon's wet coat. Really like this stuff as well. The only thing I don't like about it is like the spray head. It kind of is like a mixed experience, so you know, maybe at some point I'm probably gonna switch this out, but for whenever it works, whenever everything else works, this is such a, you know, like a safe pick when it comes to spray rinse sealants. I mean, if you want to, you know, up the cost a little bit just to kind of up the quality, this is definitely there. And if you want to, you know, something, if you want something that definitely works for sure as a spray rinse sealant, this is amongst the good ones. You are going to be paying what was it, around $100 for a 5-liter bottle. But you know, if you really think about it, I mean, if you want something that works, then Geon is there for you. So it's kind of like a staple when it comes to that side of things. I really do like it whenever it really calls for it. You can also use this like a standalone sealant. You could do that, but the real sort of intention of this product, though, is to be sprayed and rinsed off. But yeah, you can take that as you will. Wet coat is just there's a reason why a lot of people go to wet coat for this sort of application. Now, one of the new ones I picked up, you know, during 2025 is Luminous Aqua. It does work but I do have words for it, so I have more details on a dedicated video for this. But when it comes to a spray rinse sealant to compete with the rest, I don't have strong words for it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But as something else though, it actually performs really well. That's all I'm gonna say. So, but as a standalone sort of rinse or spray and rinse sealant, you know, it works. And if you want to stick with it, that's cool. But I'd rather use something else is what I'm trying to say here. So that kind of gives you a large hint of how I feel about Luminous Aqua. You know, I was really excited for it, but you know, something came out a little different. So anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. So, but I thought I'd make it a mention here because it was such a hyped product during 2025. So that's why I went and picked up on it. And yeah, it's it's something, I guess, but you know, anyway. With that, I thought I'd make a little honorable mention of an exception, of course, when it comes to spraying off sealants, spray and rinse sealants, and that is Hot Coat from Quiver. Hot Coat is actually a ceramic detailing spray, and very versatile at that. It does remind me of like the Technician one. I forget the number for it. The Technician ceramic detail spray. You can use it as a spray and rinse sealant. This is also one of them. And if you want something a little more fancy, a little more on the expensive side, but still economical in a sense, this is up there. I think by the gallon it's about 50 bucks, so you can potentially get it for 40 if there is a sale for it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And if you can, grab it for 40 bucks because it is definitely worth it. I like the scent of it. This works definitely as a detail spray, definitely, for sure, and as a drying aid for sure. But as a spray and rinse sealant, this actually does exceptionally well. Just a couple sprays and boom, you have some nice quick protection just like any other spray and rinse sealant. But this is actually, again, it's a detail spray, but it works pretty well as a spray and rinse sealant. But now, without further ado, when it comes to the favorite though amongst the bunch, I mean, I don't know, man. Something about quick beads, man. I don't know. It's I got the hydrophobicity, the beading action of this product, and of course the scent. It really, I know, it's on top of all the performance and stuff like that. I mean, most importantly, the performance though, I really do like about like using quick beads, and it does a really good job being slick. So in comparison to something like this, so that's why I pick quick beads over wet coat. It does a good job being slick. You can use it for other applications. I think you can use this in a foam cannon if you want to, even to get a really quick coverage on it, really nice coverage. But you're gonna be, using a lot of product. I don't know about this one, and I don't know if you want to give this a try for a foam cannon used for quick coverage. Go right ahead, but maybe I'll give it a try someday. But I don't know. But anyways, quick beads, nice performing spray and rinse on top of having a great little scent. The scent on here is pretty good. It's a nice fresh scent, if that's the word for it. But this is a nice grape scent that you can get from Incredible Suds as well as another product on the DIY detail lineup. But anyways, when it comes to spray and rinse sealants, I'm gonna give it to quick beads as my favorite. All right, so now we're gonna move on to APCs. I do have a couple here, or few here. All right, now onto the next part. We do have APCs now. This is a little bit of a tight window as well. So I'm gonna make a little honorable mention for another product later on in the video. So anyways, let me go actually this way. Another staple for a number of people, and for me, of course, is Green Star. I just have this spray bottle right now. I don't have the bigger bottle or anything like that. But so I just went ahead and grabbed this one. I usually dilute this 10-to-1, and I think that's all you really need as an APC. When it comes to interior and stuff like that, obviously you want to do like 1 to 30, but I don't really use APCs as a interior cleaner. I use either a rinse and wash or other things, but an APC for the rest of the areas, including exterior, really nice, very great to work with. I really like them when it comes to the wheel tire cleaners. So that's why I kind of tend to grab these ones over a dedicated wheel tire cleaner, because it's, you know, a little more on the big gun side, and these are just like nice little in-betweens, like a, you know, nice little maintenance slash a little bit of cleaning power kind of deal. So I tend to grab these more than anything, and it really does perform the job very nicely, 9 times out of 10. Same with Clean APC from Armor Detail Supply. Really nice lineup of products during 2025 when it comes to the new ones, including of course the Clean. This is a citrus-based APC, so you know I like my citrus-based stuff. So it is kind of climbing up there when it comes to being my favorite APC. And then another one actually that is in fact citrus-based cleaner of an APC is All Clean. Very similar formulation in that regard, except that it's like more bluish, and the scent is I don't know. It's more of a cleaner than what you expect. When it comes to Clean from ADS, not Clean from Panty Organizer, but this one actually has an orange scent. So if you want like a delimonene, citrusy delimonene type of scent, this is the one for you. I think this may have some sort of citrus formulation in there, because, you know, let's just face it, citrus is really good for these type of applications as a degreaser. So, but when it comes to All Clean, let me just take a quick whiff at it. Maybe a little tiny bit, but it does have a more of a fresh scent than anything. But Clean does a really good, nice job as a wheel tire cleaner. Also does a nice job, you know, taking off bugs and stuff like that. So that's why it's very versatile, and that's why DIY Detail really tries to push All Clean as a cleaner for everything else. You know, wheels, tires, bugs, just like a nice pre-wash. If you want to, you know, give the Incredible Suds an extra little kick, you can definitely add that in here. You can put that in the IK12 sprayer. What was it? The 15 to 1, so 8 ounces to 1 gallon if you want to. So it does get very economical once you get the gallon size, but there are other competing APCs out there by the gallon that are pretty economical too. But these are amongst like the nice all around in terms of pricing, but also performance. So if you want to, you know, something that works for sure, and that's safe on your vehicle, especially on the exterior side of things, these are some of the ones you can pick up, including of course Clean, All Clean, Green Stars. So I don't know, man. When it comes to picking a favorite, this is a little harder because they all perform very similarly, which is, you know, very competing in that aspect. But before I do that, there is one honorable mention I wanted to make, which is Zero Citrus from Garage Therapy. This is some great stuff. If you want a nice citrus degreaser, this is the one to pick up. But I've been really using this more like a all-purpose cleaner. So it's really cool because it's a sugar-based surfactant cleaner with that big concentration of delimonene. So that's why this is actually one of the stronger formulas, and that's why you definitely want to take the dilution a little more seriously. So you definitely want to have something like 150 or 50 to 1, excuse me, for the most part on the exterior. And then, yeah, it doesn't even talk about the interior side of things, I don't think anyway. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. 100 to 1. Interior side, 100 to 1, guys. Very strong stuff. So definitely want to be careful with it. Now, maybe it's not as beginner friendly, but when you know your dilutions, when you know what you're doing, this is really cool to have. A nice way to boost your pre-washing phase. And in fact, I even bought a 5-gallon bottle, or 5-liter bottle of this stuff, because it's just really nice. But as an APC, I mean, it does perform pretty well, but this is a little more on the dedicated side. But also, it kind of crosses the line, or changes sides for me. It acts like an APC to degree stuff, but it also acts like a strong pre-washing thing, dedicated pre-wash here and there too. So, especially when it calls for it. But when it comes to everything else, I mean, this could work on tires and wheels as well, especially when I get the dressing off. This could do the job. But APCs that are marketed, that have the APC name to it at least, this one's a little more difficult. I mean, All Clean is there. I like Clean. Green Star, you can't go wrong, man. Green Star is really, really nice. So, I don't know. They all kind of work very, very nicely in their own ways. I don't know. This is kind of a difficult thing to do, honestly. I mean, you can use all these in the engine bay. You can all use this on the wheels, exterior pre-wash, help with the pre-washing. I don't know. This is tough, man. This is tough, but. I don't know. Honestly, I think this is the one that I can't pick a favorite. That like they all really perform great as APCs. So I'm gonna make the exception, guys. I'm sorry. I can't really, without wasting any more time. I gotta give it a tie to at least these three, and even Zero Citrus is up there definitely as that APC, the citrus APC. Really, it's tough. So it kind of tells you that these APCs perform very well. Are there other economical APCs out there? Absolutely. I mean, if you do your research, there might be cheaper ones that perform like very close to these ones, if not maybe even better. I don't know. We'll have to see about what the market is like for 2026. But these ones, man, any of these three, Green Star, ADS Clean, and DIY Details All Clean, cannot go wrong either way. So I can't, guys. So that's pretty much it on this part of my favorite products of 2025. The APCs was a tough one. I honestly did not expect it to really make this a little hard. When it comes to picking one, I can't. These perform, all equally well. But anyways, if you guys have any favorite products to share, leave them down below in the comment section below. Really helps out, and I do appreciate it, especially when you like and subscribe as well. Really does help out. So thanks, and I'll have more parts to the favorite products of 2025. See you guys then, and see you in the next one. Sean out.